know, it's interesting. So the past several months where I've been leading conversation amongst Black women and beyond, I think the main thing I've learned from this, y'all, is people really want Black women to be happy with anything.
You are sitting amongst women that are always gonna tell it like it is, whether they get backlash or not. So we have a lot of issues when it comes to when we wanna say what we want as Black women, right, Eboni?
There's no issues with Black women saying what they want. Black women have been saying what they want for the longest. I think the issue only came in when men started saying what they want.
I think the main thing I've learned from this, y'all, is people really want Black women to be happy with anything. What people really want Black women to understand is that we are to be accepting of our positioning as the least desirable in society. We should get the memo that nobody really wants a Black woman. Thus, if anybody was to find themselves willing to take up with us, we should be happy, we should be grateful, and we should shut up about it.
That is incorrect. Nobody said Black women just need to be happy with anything. What happened is men started talking, and one of those men in particular basically set up a framework of where they could start doing a proper appraisal of where they're at and understand where they're at and understand where to expect. Men have no choice but to have that proper appraisal, because when we get out there on the market and we go to shooting for something, the market tells us really harshly where we're at. Hearing is like red pill rage coming from women finding out that the thing that their feminist mothers and grandmothers told them doesn't actually work.
You got a lot of backlash, and then I believe it was Tyler Perry who came on the flip side and basically said that we need to start looking at men that don't make as much, or the stay-at-home dads, and considering them.
I think his exact thing was, I mean, if he can contribute to, the light bill, then
the light bill,
but but he makes you happy in all other areas, then I mean, and he met you at your worth. I thought he'd actually said he met you at your worst. I was like, wait, what are we even saying? What is this story that we're being force-fed?
So they're saying they want every man to make more than them, and we can see that every man, even including Black men, already make more than the women, but these women are feminists making that point. So you have to ask the question, how big do y'all want the wage gap to be?
Melissa, what you're naming, though, is really the crux of the issue, which is that people want to sit on platforms, social media, radio and television and the like, and they want to pretend as if we live in a society, particularly in this nation, that doesn't have class, socioeconomic distinction.
Exactly.
Let's just start from that point.
Yeah.
Right.
We want to pretend that we live in this kumbaya society where, quote, everyone's the same. Stop cap. Stop cap.
Yeah.
I think she was trying to say stop the cap, and she put up a little cross and everything.
It's never about being better than, which I think is how a lot of that was framed.
Yes.
I've been very clear. My mother drove Charlotte-Mecklenburg School's bus for many years to make sure that I had everything that I needed. And from that, and if I bought a bus driver home to Gloria, she would slack the black off of me. Because her point is I put you in position to go get it.
Remember when I said their feminist mothers and grandmothers is the one that told them all the dogma and everything? The mother raised her to be, successful and go to law school and do all of that. Don't you do all that and then bring home a bus driver? That's because the mama planted it in her head that her becoming successful and becoming a lawyer automatically means she's going to get a lawyer.
And let me tell you something else I know about women who show up in success and financially and this, that, and the third, and then they try to act as if we're all the same, and they do date, men that maybe are differently positioned financially or educationally or otherwise. They are typically resented. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. The women I know that build men, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because we've all done it. That's truth be told. In my first marriage, I paid the bills. Let's be clear. I'm not speaking hypothetically. I'm speaking from experience.
No, it's the man got tired of being disrespected by that woman, and he came to the conclusion, as most men should, I would rather be broke living in a cardboard box, but that's my goddamn cardboard box, before I be in your nice house being disrespected. So, in the words of Eboni K. Williams, stop cap.
Most of us, contrary to popular belief, don't just want a man. We want the man that we want. We want a man that we desire. We want a man that we're actually attracted to, physically, emotionally, psychologically, intellectually.
Yeah, they want
so
someone that you
if
can
you're
trust.
not all of those things, if I don't desire you, I really don't want you. Real boss men, they do not desire a financial or an intellectual equal. They are not attracted to it. It is a turn off. The PP goes, burr, burr, burr. It does. I'm telling y'all the truth. They did not go to law school, L'Oreal, so they could end up with a peer.
See, what you heard right there was a part of the conversation where she floated in a lot of the stuff that she's heard the men say. But she spent the beginning of the conversation arguing the other perspective. She got her foot in one door and out the other. She's got to uphold the feminist view and talking points and ideals and way of thinking. But she also, at this point in the game, understands reality.